Hello everyone, welcome back. So this is our second class of microeconomics. After the introductory part of microeconomics in the previous class, what we have discussed, let me give you a short recap. First, we discussed about the economy. Then we talked about the economic problem. After that, we discussed the microeconomics, the meaning of macroeconomics as well. Then the distinction between micro and macro. Then the distinction between positive economics and normative economics. And after that, we also discussed the economic problem or the problem of making choice and the central problem of an economy. Now it's time to discuss the production possibility curve, or what is called as production possibility frontier or MRT curve. We can call it as well. Now before we proceed towards the production possibility frontier, or what is called as production possibility curve, first we should understand the concept of opportunity cost. Now question arises, what is opportunity cost? So opportunity cost is a next best alternative. Next best alternative, foregone. Next best alternative, foregone, in order to get the best one. Okay, next best alternative foregone in availing the best. So whatever has been left, suppose you are watching this video and at the same time you are losing certain amount of entertainment or certain amount of freedom which could be availed if you are not watching this. So that amount which has been lost is termed as opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is so important not only in the field of economics but everywhere, in case of individuals, in case of society, and its popularity in economics can be judged by this, that sometimes opportunity cost can be termed as economic cost. So it is also known as economic cost. Now the another concept which is related with this, the marginal opportunity cost. Marginal means a change. Okay, as I have written here, marginal opportunity cost or MRT. MRT means marginal rate of transformation. This is the full form of MRT, marginal rate of transformation. So both are equal. MOC, marginal opportunity cost. So it can be expressed as change in Y oblique change in S. Or in other words, we can say that it is the amount of loss in the unit of commodity Y by the amount of gain in terms of commodity X. So that ratio will be termed as marginal opportunity cost. Suppose there are two goods in the economy and the factors of production are fixed. The factors are fully employed. So what can be the various combination of these two commodities which can be produced in the economy? That will be understood by this table. Suppose here is a table. We have taken the combination over here, A, B, C, D. These are the various combination. I am trying to explain you this concept of marginal opportunity cost, how it works. And here we have taken the good X, only two goods are there in the economy, and here we have taken the good Y. Okay. Now at first combination, it is the economy is producing 0 unit of commodity X and 15 units of commodity Y. Suppose it will shift towards the commodity X and it will produce 1 unit of X. Now it has to sacrifice some unit of commodity Y because it is gaining some unit from here. So it will sacrifice 1 unit here and it will get 14 units of commodity Y. Here we show the MOC or the marginal opportunity cost. This is MOC or ratio between delta Y and delta X. We can write here delta Y oblique delta X. So here as we have that 0, so there is no ratio. Now here the gain of one commodity of good X and loss of one commodity of good Y. So we can write over here 1Y is to 1X. Okay, are you getting? So this is the marginal opportunity cost. At the next combination, again the economy is producing more unit of good X, suppose the 2 units here, and when it produces the one additional unit, it has to sacrifice the 2 units of good Y. Suppose now it is producing 12 unit. The difference between these two is 2 minus 2. So here we may write the ratio will be 2Y is to 1X. Again the economy is shifting towards the combination of good X and it will produce the 3rd unit of good X, but this time it has to sacrifice the more unit of good Y, more than 2. So now it will produce the 9 units. Here the loss is minus 3. Okay. So the ratio will be 3Y is to 1X. Are you getting? Now suppose at combination E, the economy is producing one more unit of good X and it has to sacrifice more unit of good Y, means now it will produce only 5 units. The difference will be 4 and the ratio will be 4Y is to 4Y is to 1X. And again if it will shift towards the combination of F, it will produce the 5 unit of good X and this time it has to sacrifice this whole 5 units and it will produce the 0 unit of good Y. The whole 5 units will be sacrificed for getting one additional unit of good X. Now the ratio will be 5Y is to 1X. This is what the marginal opportunity cost, and here you can see clearly that it has its increasing tendency. Increasing marginal opportunity cost. Why it is increasing? Because there is a clear phenomena that not all the factors of production are equally efficient in producing both the commodities. Certain factors are more efficient in producing commodity Y, while certain factors are more efficient in producing good X or commodity X. And when the economy is shifting towards the particular good, then it has to sacrifice the more and more unit of another good. So that is called as the increasing marginal opportunity cost. I think this phenomena is being cleared among you people. There is no problem in that. And on this principle, we have the production possibility curve. So I think you can pause the video to note it down. Then I will explain what production possibility curve is all about. So learners, now we should understand the concept of production possibility curve or production possibility frontier. As I have written here, PPC or production possibility curve is the locus of points representing different combination of the two goods which an economy can produce with full and efficient and efficient utilization of resources and technology. So it basically represents the various combination A, B, C, D, E, F. These are the combinations which can be present with the help of production possibility curve, which an economy can produce with full and efficient utilization of resource and technology. There are certain assumptions on which this theory is based. The first one is resources are fixed, means they are not dynamic, they are not going to change in near future, they are fixed. Technology is constant, it remains constant, there is no change in the technology. Resources are fully employed, they are efficiently employed, and no resources are equally efficient in production of all goods. It means that some resources can be more capable in producing commodity X and some resources can be more capable in producing commodity Y. So that is why principle of marginal opportunity cost apply over here, and increasing marginal opportunity cost, and that is why the slopes of this production possibility curve determines with the help of MOC. As we see its slope, it is a graphical presentation of production possibility curve or production possibility frontier, it is called as. So here various combination, as we see that by moving from C to D, the difference of CG oblique GD is equal to CD. And if we are here, we see the distance between D to E, then the difference of this DH and HE will be higher than this CG and GD. Okay. So here we can understand that the CG oblique GD is less than the DH oblique HE. It is quite clear from this diagram. This distance is higher than this. Okay. So this is due to the MOC, which is increasing in nature, as we have witnessed in our previous table, which I have shown you, that how the marginal opportunity cost is getting increases as the more unit of commodity Y is getting produced. As the economy is shifting towards the more unit of commodity X, it has to sacrifice the more and more unit of commodity Y. So that is why the slope of this production possibility curve is concave to the origin. Okay. Now the question arises that is all the time the slope of production possibility curve is concave? No. If the opportunity cost is constant, if economy is sacrificing the unit of good Y for getting the additional unit of good X in a constant form, then this slope will be a straight line like this. This will be a straight line, downward sloping. Why it is downward from left to right? It is downward because by getting more unit of commodity Y, more unit of commodity X, the economy is sacrificing the certain unit of good Y or commodity Y. That is why it is diminishing in nature. Here it will be diminishing in nature, but the MOC is constant here. Okay. It can also be convex like this. I will show you over here. I will rub and show here the slope of production possibility curve. Sometimes the question arises that can the production possibility curve be a straight line? Yes, it can be a straight line. Production possibility curve. It can be straight line when the marginal opportunity cost is constant. What does it mean? It means the delta Y oblique delta x is equal to 1. Means always the rate of sacrifice of unit of good y by getting the extra unit of good x will be equal to the sacrificing unit of good y. In that case, the slope of production possibility curve will be a straight line, downward sloping. And another case may be when the marginal opportunity cost is decreasing. Okay, just reversal, just opposite of that table which we have discussed so far. Because in that table what happened, the rate of sacrifice in terms of good y, this is good x, this is good y, so we just take the reversal value, we put here the 15 units, then the 14, then the 12, then the 9, and we put here 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Then the slope of the consumption curve will be like this. As we see that it goes on diminishing, it goes on diminishing, okay, as we are moving towards the y commodity. So when marginal opportunity cost is decreasing, in that case the slope of production possibility curve will be convex to the origin. So here it will be convex, here it is a straight line. Okay, so I think you can pause the video to note the important points, and then I will tell you the shifting in production possibility curve. So learners, in this section we are trying to understand that how the PPC curve can shift. It can be shift in two forms, the rightward shifting as we see here in this figure 1, and the leftward shifting which we can see here in this figure 2. In figure 1, the original PPC is AB and it is being shifted rightward on my right, as we see from this green color it has been shown. Why it is shifting rightward? As we have seen that while discussing in its assumptions, technology remains constant, the factors are fixed, they remains constant, they are fully employed, they are efficiently employed. But when there will be increase in resources of physical capital or the human capital and improvement in technology as well, so it will shift the PPC curve rightward because technological advancement is there, and in reverse case the vice versa will happen, the decrease in resources and technological obsolescence. When there is a deterioration in the technology, then it will shift leftward simultaneously. So this is about the shifting of production possibility curve. This is what the production possibility curve or production possibility frontier is all about. It is also known as MRT curve, or which is called as marginal rate of transformation curve. The slope of this PPC curve is decided with the marginal opportunity cost. So that's all for today's class. I hope you all are getting. Thank you. Have a nice day.